Hi, I'm Senator Ben Cardin of Maryland. Greetings to everyone gathered for the 31st Annual Convention of the Asian American Hotel Owners Association. America's small businesses, including many hotels owned by members of this association, are the heart of our economy. They make up more than 99% of our nation's firms and employ nearly half of our private workforce. As the top Democrat on the Small Business and Entrepreneurship Committee, I understand the struggles that this pandemic has caused for so many small businesses across the nation. We in Congress have a duty to protect and support the businesses most at risk of closing permanently. When Congress passed the CARES Act in March, we thought that small businesses would be operational by the end of June. But it is now clear that our nation's small businesses will still need support in the weeks and months to come. That's why I joined Senator Schumer, Shaheen, Coons, and Rosen in introducing legislation to create the Prioritized Paycheck Protection Program, or the P4, which would provide vulnerable small businesses experiencing significant losses due to COVID-19 with a second capital infusion. I am also working to increase diversity in small business ownership. Before the pandemic, small business lending to minority-owned small businesses had not yet returned to their pre-Great Recession levels. We cannot let history repeat itself. Diverse small business ownership is key to our economic future. The more than 14,000 small business owners that are members of the Asian American Hotel Owners Association play an incredibly important role in our economy. I will continue to work to boost access to capital, expand opportunities for entrepreneurs, and broaden global markets for small businesses in Maryland and across the country. I am committed to making sure small businesses can thrive during the pandemic and long after it has ended.
Hi, this is U.S. Congressman Van Taylor from North Texas. I want to say that I am sorry that we cannot all be together, but I'm glad that we could be together virtually. We are in an incredible moment in American history. The pandemic has affected every man, woman, and child in America. Every family has been impacted, and every business has been impacted. Now, I know that you already know this. You have been living this for the last several months, and I am grateful to you for your leadership and your hard work in what is unquestionably one of the most difficult business environments we have ever seen. Your industry, the hospitality industry, has seen challenges unlike any other industry in our country. It is a vitally important industry for the success of our nation. It is an old industry. It is as old as the Bible. And here we are now wondering how it's going to survive. And I am grateful for the fact that you have employed 8 million Americans across this great land. And of those, 600,000 are right here in Texas. Thank you for that employment. Thank you for that hard work. And I want you to know that when this pandemic broke, Congress acted. We moved quickly with the programs like the Payroll Protection Program. We moved with the Main Street Lending Program. Those programs aren't quite right for what the commercial real estate industry and specifically the hospitality industry need. And just know that I reached across the aisle and put together a letter with 104 other members of Congress asking that Secretary Mnuchin and Chairman Powell work to provide financial resources to your industry to be able to get to the other side so that we continue to preserve these important businesses that are so essential for the ecosystem that we have in our country. We have resort towns and college towns and places like my own hometown of Plano, Texas, that we need to have hospitality. We've got to have hotels for corporate guests to stay, for skiers to stay, for people that want to go to the beach to stay. We have to have hospitality if we're going to have a modern society. And I know that we're going to do more. I am working every day to create a legislative program that will address your needs so that you can continue to run your businesses, to keep the lights on, to pay your employees. There are so many great people that I have had the tremendous privilege of meeting and talking to, people who are working on the janitorial staff, who are cooks, who are valets, who are managers, who are owners of hotels. I am grateful to each and every one of you for reaching out. Know that I'm here to fight for you. And there are other members of Congress, Republican and Democrat, who understand what is at stake. And we're going to do what it takes to make sure that we take care of you so that we have a hospitality industry on the other side of this pandemic. If there's one thing that's clear, it's that together we're going to get through this. And to get through this, we're going to have to do it together.
Hi, I'm Congressman Bera from California's 7th Congressional District. It's been my honor to represent the 7th Congressional District now for 8 years. As an AAHOA member in a family of that is in the hotel and lodging business, I understand the challenge that we face in this unprecedented pandemic. We both have the public health challenges that we're seeing in states like mine in California and across the Southwest, but we're also seeing the economic challenge that the hotel and lodging industry is facing. You know, through smart policy and through working together, we can get through this pandemic and find ourselves in a place that where we're more resilient and stronger. We have to do this together. It's been my honor to work with AAHOA on some of that legislation and to continue to work with AAHOA as we get through this economic downturn. Be safe, be kind to one another, and be well. Thank you, and have a great convention.
Hello, I'm Senator Dick Durbin. Thanks for giving me a chance to speak today to your conference. I know your association is proud to represent 20,000 small business owners who own roughly half of all U.S. hotel properties. It's no surprise the lodging and hospitality industries have been hit particularly hard by the COVID-19 pandemic. With few guests to serve due to lockdowns, I know the unemployment rate in your industry spiked to nearly 40% in April and still hovers around 30% today. Although Congress came together to allocate a historic amount of assistance, totaling more than the annual federal domestic budget, there is more work to be done. Business owners are still hurting. The Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP, got off to a rough start, but it's been a lifeline to small businesses that struggle to stay afloat. In the upcoming stimulus package, I support expanding the PPP to allow the hardest hit businesses to apply for a second loan and to include additional forgivable expenses, such as PPE and adaptive investments to protect workers and customers. Your industry is important to not only the economic success of Illinois, but to the whole country. The lodging industry creates many jobs. The success of U.S. travel and tourism depends heavily on the good work that you do. I'll do my best to assist you in any way I can. I want you to keep in contact with my office throughout this challenging time. Thanks. I hope you enjoy the rest of your conference.